That's the police sirens because I live in the ghetto, okay? Hey y'all, I'm back with a video on what's on my phone. It's been a while, I've rebranded, blah blah blah, the usual. Anyway, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Make sure to subscribe and follow my journey too. Okay, my home screen is like super simple. It's just, you know, me. Well, it's not really me, but you know, black woman with her, you know, pamper set on, drinking probably tea because I don't do coffee, sunglasses on, you know, living her best life pretty much. So I unlock it, and then the first thing we see is my home screen, which starts off like this. And it says, when you become lazy, it's disrespectful to those who believe in you. This is kind of like my motivation to always not be lazy, because I'm so like, the weird thing is I'm hardworking, but at the same time I'm a little bit lazy. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it happens. Anyways, on my home screen we have the things that I usually use: my calendar, my photos, the weather app, my camera, my clock, my notes, books as well, wallet, blah blah blah. Next we move on, and I kind of sorted it out in terms of like how I would use it. So we'll start off with the first box, and that's media. So we have social media, but also feed preview. This is basically what I use for my Instagram feed to kind of know how it's going to look like, and basically see what works and what doesn't work. So this is how I lay out the things that I'm going to post next. That video with that picture of the Costa and the laptop, I haven't posted that yet, but I'm going to post it today, and this basically shows me how it would look like with the rest of my feed. Next we have banks, and yes, I use all these banks. Yeah, I know. But yeah, if you don't use Plum, not gonna lie, it's actually pretty cool in terms of like, you know, helping you round your money up. I think Monzo does that too, but I use Plum because I don't know, I just do, and it basically rounds my money up. So basically, if you go to the coffee shop, you spend 80p on something, it rounds up to £1, and that 20p goes to this account. So basically it's like you're saving indirectly, and it's nice because sometimes you forget to save, and this kind of like saves for you kind of thing. So yeah, the next thing is photo editing. I use all of this, literally everything. I love Dashcam. I think that's my favorite. Dashcam, Facetune, Precool, and Lightroom. I use Lightroom the most. I use the other ones bits and bobs, like sometimes depending on the kind of vibe I'm trying to go for in the pictures, but they're pretty cool. Remini is really good for like clearing your pictures. Photo retouch is basically when you've got something and you want to remove it, like remove a certain background or whatever. Yeah. Next is video editing. I use all of this as well. Compressor is basically like, let's say you've got a big video and you want to send it, but you want to like decompress it so that the file is smaller. That's what that's for. Tubs video, it's like kind of like when you go on TikTok and you want to save a TikTok but you don't want the watermark on it, so I use that. CapCut is what I use for all my editing. When you see me on Instagram or TikTok, literally I use CapCut to edit those videos because it's just, I love it. Yeah. And then we have mental health, and I use Happy Feed and Wiser. OnMind came from my previous workplace, but I barely use that. Wiser's pretty cool. I hope I'm saying that right. It's pretty cool. I use Happy Feed. It's basically like you write down happy things that have happened to you, kind of like a testimony, like good things have happened to you, and then you kind of look back on it like, oh, this is a nice thing that's happened to me, and you can. Did you hear that? Like my wardrobe just opened. Scary. Anyways, so yeah, Happy Feed basically sometimes will show you, oh, 3 months ago this happened to you, and it will be like a good thing, and it's kind of like, you know, bringing happiness back to you, type of thing. Fitness, gotta get those gains, you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to run for cancer research next month in June, so I'm doing the Couch to 5k right now, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty effective. I use my Fitness Pal to basically count calories, count foods. I use Shapes, and that one is basically to take pictures of myself, and then when I like every week or every month or whatever, I see how I've like improved and whatnot. And the rest are like my gyms, or like what you call them, like classes that you would kind of take online, things like that, or sessions or whatever that you can basically follow along. Yeah. Next we have chat, and obviously, you know, WhatsApp, Telegram, Signal, the time where everybody was like boycotting WhatsApp, I downloaded those two thinking, yeah, I'm gonna leave WhatsApp, but I haven't left CBA. I'm still on WhatsApp, so yeah, that's still there. Programs are just like random bits and bobs that don't really fit in somewhere, but they're just there because I use it. So I use Zoom, Google Drive. PC is basically my period app, so basically lets me know my period is coming, when I'm ovulating, stuff like that. And this is kind of amazing because that's how I plan my holidays and stuff. I don't like traveling when I'm on a period. I feel like it's very, very uncomfortable. So I like planning, I like knowing when it's going to start, so I can basically plan myself around that. Then productivity, this shouldn't even be called productivity, but I guess is what I use to be productive. So I use Canva a lot for like social media, or like just in terms of like creating things for other people. And I use Habits, basically this thing that it's like a to-do list task, but I don't really use it, but it's there because I use my notes as to-do list. But yeah, Habit is basically really good because it reminds you your to-do list and basically like keeps you on top of that, but I don't really use it. Next we have Entertain, obviously Netflix, Spotify, AXS for when I want to buy tickets for concerts or whatnot. Remote, smart remote. My remote is something, so I literally use my phone as a remote for my TV. And then TV Time, this app. Basically, if you have a show that you want to watch, it basically tells you when it's coming out, and then like, let me just show you mine. When it's coming out, and then it's like a forum for it too. So for example, shows, I haven't updated it in a while, but let's say Insecure, right? And you've got comments of, yeah, I've watched the episode. So then you've got people's comments like, oh, what happened? And it's kind of like really nice, like really fun seeing people's reactions to stuff. And yeah, so that's basically how I know what's coming up on my list, know what I've watched. Once I've watched it, I tick it off as I've watched it. And yeah, I just love it. Next we have travel, because you know you guys are a traveler. So hire a car, get around are all for hiring cars in the UK. I don't have to work abroad or whatnot. Rail card, I use the trains quite a bit, so I get a discount and I use my rail card discount thingy. Yeah, then we have Bolt, which is like Uber but Bolt. City Mapper is what I use, because City Mapper, I feel like City Mapper is the best for getting around London. I think it works outside London too, but the reason why is because it actually tells you how much it's going to cost you. So if I'm going to get on a train, it will tell me how much I'm going to spend. So I can basically pick and choose what journey I want depending on how much it's going to cost me. So that's what I like about that. And then we've got the NHS app, which obviously for NHS stuff, blah blah blah. There we go. Food, I mainly use Uber Eats, but sometimes I buy from Deliveroo, but I mainly use Uber Eats. Then we have utilities, because you know, adulting and stuff. So this is how I top up my bit for my bills, and I pay my bills sometimes. I usually go to the shops, but when I'm not bothered, like during the pandemic when it was a bit of a madness going outside, I just paid for it on these apps. Next we have books. You know, the Bible's got to be there because the Bible is a book. It's a holy book, you know. And then Kindle, Reader, Audible, do I even use them? No, I prefer hard copies, but sometimes I just like to actually read them, and so I have that as well. But the one that I read the most, I guess, is the Bible. The other ones, when you've got me paying for a book, long, because I just go to the library and get it for free. So yeah. Next we have investing. Which one is it? Ticker. It's pretty cool. I only use crypto and Trade 212, but Ticker is also pretty cool as well. And this one is called Bull, I think, the one that says waiting. Don't know why it's waiting, but that one is there too. Marketplace. So Olio, good to go in Schwok. So you can collect stuff or give stuff, some free, some you pay for. Too good to go to do with food. So let's say your shops near you are giving away food because it's gonna go to waste. You basically say, yeah, I want to collect it, and they give it to you for free. So those that basically don't really have funds or, you know, need food can basically use this to get food. Next we have money abroad. So if you want to send money abroad or whatever, you know, Cash App, Azimo, Wise, and then the other ones at the bottom are like, I think, African. So yeah, Piggyvest, Access Bank, etc, etc. Then we have utilities. So this is just, I don't really use this, but you know, Compass. When am I ever gonna use a Compass, please? Calculator and voice memos. Next is Meh, because I legit deadass don't use any of these at all whatsoever. They're just there for no reason. And yeah, this just has music. I never use that. I use Spotify, but it's just so, oh, my background is wonkier. I hate my background. I'm gonna have to fix this. But anyway, just wanted to show you guys what I had on my phone. And this phone is pretty much an iPhone X. This is an iPhone XR. I think I bought it like 2 years ago. I don't do phone contracts. I'm just showing you without the case. But yeah, I got the one with the orange back, and this is what it looks like. iPhone XR. I'm an iPhone girl, not gonna lie, and I think the next thing I'm gonna get is an iPhone 12 or 13, just because of the camera. Literally, the only reason why I buy iPhones is because of the camera. But yeah, I buy phones outright because I hate contracts. I just feel like it's not worth it. I'm on a SIM only plan, so it's just easy to just buy phones outright and just pay on my SIM. Just makes more sense, because I feel like when you go on a phone contract, you're paying a lot more. But yeah, I have 100 gigs data, unlimited phone calls, unlimited text messages, blah 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 blah. So yeah, that's what's on my phone. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.